All right, guys, so this is a follow-up to the Dave Chappelle attack in Hollywood just a few days ago, as many have speculated that this type of stuff is what we would see in the aftermath of the infamous Will Smith smack of Chris Rock at the Oscars in front of the world because he was defending his wife, right? Because jokes are offensive in 2022. Now, I'm doing this video because we have some more information on the suspect and what his possible motive may have been. And again, one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because you have some people in the mainstream liberal media, particularly The View, people like Joy Behar and Sonny Holston, telling their audience, their very naive audience, that Trump is responsible for this, right? That somehow Trump has something to do with this attacker going after Dave Chappelle, right? Trying to imply that this may be political in some way. And again, I just found that to be absolutely ridiculous, right? So we're actually going to look into who this suspect is and what their past is and what possible motivations that they have for doing this. So the LAPD actually put out a tweet with more information about the arrest and the weapon and the identity of the man who committed this assault, allegedly. It says, an arrest has been made in an incident where a comedian was attacked while on stage at the Hollywood Bowl. Isaiah Lee was charged with assault with a deadly weapon, and bail is set to $30,000. So this is the weapon right here. Obviously, you can see it's like a fake gun with a knife sticking out. I feel like that's attempted murder, right? I feel like he may have tried to actually kill Dave Chappelle, right? I'm not necessarily sure about the $30,000 bail and just an assault charge. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong, but I just feel like a $30,000 bail is a little bit low, okay? But hey, this is what they do out here in California, right? They let criminals out for damn near free. So let's actually read a little bit more about what happened when this guy was arrested. The audience member who tackled Dave Chappelle on stage while armed with a blade-firing fake gun was identified Wednesday as he was booked for felony assault with a deadly weapon. Isaiah Lee, 23 of Los Angeles, was charged with the shocking caught-on-camera attack of the 48-year-old comedian at Tuesday night's show at the Hollywood Bowl, the LAPD said. He had been carrying a replica handgun that had a blade inside, LAPD spokesperson Liza Lemelmi also confirmed. Lee was booked just after 3:30 a.m. Wednesday and held on a $30,000 bond, record show. He is listed as being 5 feet 10 inches tall and just 140 pounds, and an address given for him matched that of an LA homeless shelter. Okay, so no surprises here. Okay, the guy is homeless. Okay, homeless, right? How many times have we heard stories about homeless people in these liberal cities attacking folks? Okay, killing folks, murdering, robbing, stealing. How many times have we heard that? These people, they have a homeless crisis out there, but they don't want to get the homeless off the street. They'd rather the homeless terrorize folks. He was also hospitalized after security pounced on him, with video showing his arm twisted and apparently snapped as he was booed while being led to an ambulance while strapped to an uptight gurney. Lee also appeared to have a puffed up bloody right eye as well as a bloody nose as he was carted out wearing a t-shirt with Hollywood written in flames akin to a logo for skateboarding mag Thrasher. Quote, "You shouldn't have done that," one member of the crowd called out as another yelled, "They beat your ass." Yeah, that's in fact what happened. In fact, let's actually listen to Dave Chappelle make jokes about it after the incident.
I thought it was you for a second. Hey, my man, he's a bitch ass. Get that guy the fuck out of here. We gotta have some fun. Hollywood Bowl, you owe me 10 minutes because your security caught me slipping. Y'all wanna rock? Get that, clean that mess up. Get that out of here. Don't do this on the stage. Get him the fuck out of here. And an ambulance. Hold on, see what he's doing. I'm gonna see if this has a statement. Where did that come from? Thank you, son. It was a trans man.
Yeah, that is hilarious, right? That is absolutely hilarious. It is comedy gold, right? And again, I got so much respect for Dave Chappelle to be able to go and continue the show and to joke about an attack that could have killed him. I mean, I really do think that guy had bad intentions for Dave Chappelle. But Dave Chappelle's joke about that, you know, being a trans man because of the transgender community being mad at him for telling jokes about them, that didn't go unnoticed by the trans community, as some woke revolutionaries went on Twitter to express their displeasure with Dave Chappelle's joke. As this person says, that has pronouns in the bio, so you know what's up with this. Chappelle gets attacked, and in video footage after the attack, Chappelle is seen to recover his composure and joke, "It was a trans man. Leave the trans community alone. FFS. BS." Words like this are why the trans community are the most victimized, assaulted, and abused. Okay? Then we have Mr. Ernest Owens, who has a blue check. He says, "If you think I'm going to feel sorry for that transphobe Dave Chappelle, please don't. The moment security protects him from the attack, he immediately jokes as if it was a transgender man. It wasn't, but it's clear he will continue to put a target on trans people regardless." Okay, so look, here's the thing. We don't know the full motive behind the attack, but the thing is that in that moment, right, Dave Chappelle is a comedian. The guy, again, could have lost his life, and he made light of the moment, and we all know why Dave Chappelle has come under scrutiny, right? It's because his jokes about the trans community. So, I mean, just using some basic logic and reasoning, I can see why he made that joke. I mean, his take and his speculation is definitely a lot more accurate than the speculation that it may have happened because of Trump, right? Which is what some people in the liberal media are saying. So let's actually read more into the background of the suspect who committed this act against Dave Chappelle, as it seems like he has a history of losing his cool. So let's read here. The armed man who allegedly attacked Dave Chappelle on stage in Los Angeles was a wannabe rapper with a temper who was known for creating havoc in his apartment complex, former neighbors said. Isaiah Lee was arrested after he allegedly bum rushed Chappelle while carrying a strange knife that looked like a handgun in a caught-on video attack at the Hollywood Bowl on Tuesday night. Former neighbor Russell Taylor remembered Lee as someone who could be set off with a word. Whatever Chappelle was saying and he was not feeling, it would be no surprise to me that he would go, "Hey, I'm going to run up and fix it," said Taylor, who lived in a Redondo Beach, California condo next to a condo where Lee resided. So apparently this person used to live in a condo, and now he's homeless for whatever reason. You know the slap heard around the world. This is the kind of guy who would take action if you do something he did not like. Lee had lived with his brother and brother's girlfriend at the condo off and on for about 2 years, but the landlord said only the brother's girlfriend had been on the lease and that Lee didn't pay rent, which explains why the guy is now homeless. Taylor remembered the brothers for blowout arguments with each other and neighbors that shook the normally quiet street. Police visited the complex several times on calls related to the group. Taylor claimed, and he said he personally witnessed police cuffing Lee on more than one occasion. Quote, "They would be screaming and yelling in front of the street almost every weekend," Taylor claimed. "They would always come back after an hour at the police department or the next day. It got bad around here, threatening each other with knives." The brothers often talked about being from New York, with Taylor claiming Lee meant that as a brag to say New Yorkers don't take any crap from anybody. Okay, so again, this is a picture of this guy. He don't look like a transgender man. Okay, he looks like a normal man, I guess. And apparently, again, he's a wannabe rapper, him and his brother. And apparently they made some terrible music, okay? They actually made music about Dave Chappelle. Let's read this. Lee also made a song about the comedian and the venue where he performed. The assault suspect, who performs under the name No Name Trapper, released a track titled Dave Chappelle in 2022, the Daily Beast reported. The song's lyrics include the phrases "life with you," N-words, a joke, and talks about keys to a boat and walking straight into the bowl. Lee allegedly posted an Instagram story before the attack on Tuesday. The clip shows him seemingly wearing the same shirt he was taken into custody in following the attack. He appears with a double horn filter in the soundless clip, which only lasts a few seconds. Okay, so it seems to be premeditated. Lee's brother, Aaron Lee, told Rolling Stone that the rapper has struggled with mental health issues and has been homeless since the age of 11. Aaron added that Lee has many friends in the transgender community, but wouldn't lash out as a form of activism against Chappelle, who is known for controversial comments about the transgender community. Sure, right? Sure. He happens to have all these transgender friends, but he wouldn't lash out against a comedian who made jokes about transgender people that the transgender community doesn't like. And this guy also has a history of just going off on people for no reason, right? I think it's a little bit of everything, right? I think that definitely has something to do with it. And I think just who he is as a person and his short temper also has something to do with it. The suspect's verified Spotify account says he has 3 albums and nearly 60,000 monthly listeners. Some of his other songs are titled Trump Phone and Drugs in LA. Okay. So yeah, so I think that at this point, I think it's safe to say that this was not motivated by Trump, right? Definitely not a Trump supporter for sure. But he may have been somebody that had a short temper, okay? That may or may not have some mental health issues, that happens to have a whole bunch of transgender friends, and he may or may not have been trying to defend them against Dave Chappelle's jokes. But regardless of this guy's motives, we can't have a society in which this is okay, right? This type of stuff has to be condemned, and comedians have to be protected at all costs. We cannot move in a direction where comedians are being silenced. Okay, their speech is being limited, they're being censored because a certain group of people who want to get mad at the fact that comedians make jokes, right? At the fact that they do their job, right? So to the transgender community, the people that are upset about Dave Chappelle making that joke that it was a trans man after this incident happened, look, at the end of the day, if you didn't want him to make that joke, then don't get upset about him making jokes about the transgender community. Okay, because the reason why he made that joke is because everybody knows that the people that are the most upset with Dave Chappelle in this country are people in the trans community. So again, basic logic and reasoning would suggest that the motive behind that attack may or may not have had something to do with that. Okay, and it seems like it still could possibly be the motive, even though the guy is not a trans man. Again, allegedly, he had a whole bunch of transgender friends. His brother is saying that he would not have lashed out because of that in retaliation, but still, we really don't know. Something made this dude snap, right? This dude has some type of beef with Dave Chappelle. We don't know all the details, but at the same time, my point is that if, the transgender community did not get so upset and butthurt about Dave Chappelle making jokes, he makes jokes about everybody. Nobody would speculate that was the motive, right? Nobody would speculate that at all. Okay, but overall, guys, we cannot live in a society where this type of stuff is acceptable, where we have comedians getting attacked for making jokes. We cannot live in this type of society where speech is being limited because people are getting offended by the smallest things. They're getting offended by jokes, memes, right? Again, this is a result of the direction that the far left mob is taking this country in. It really is. They want to silence everybody, including comedians. And it's something that we have to continue to push back against, and we have to protect comedians at all costs. Because if comedy falls, then yeah, free speech is dead in America. It truly is. But with that being said, again, I'm glad Dave Chappelle's okay. I'm glad that this guy's been arrested. I think his $30,000 bond is way too low, but that's par for the course when it comes to these liberal cities like Los Angeles. It is what it is. They want the homeless to terrorize, people in that city, including celebrities and rich folks. So, hey, let them have it. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.